Sunspot update. AR2806 is back after 2 days of being disappeared. The growing sunspot is 10 times bigger than the size before and has a threat for minor B-class solar flare. This will lead to a bigger explosion if the sunspot's growth continues. The sun's been a bit of a show-off lately. On the heels of its magnificent total eclipse last month, yesterday it produced the biggest solar flare recorded in the last 12 years. This and other flares in recent days have caused a radio blackout and shock arrivals of radiation from the sun, according to NASA, as part of a geomagnetic storm expected to continue for the next few days. 2 more mid-level solar flares have been reported so far today. Radio blackouts and shocks of radiation sound kinda scary, and previous solar flares have caused problems like transformer explosions and widespread mobile phone outages. So of course we wondered, what does all of this mean for our health? The good news, experts say, is probably not much. First things first, what is a solar flare? According to NASA, it's a sudden and intense flash of brightness that occurs when magnetic energy buildup in the solar atmosphere is released. High-energy particles and a burst of ultraviolet rays are released into space, and in a few days, can reach the Earth's atmosphere. NASA also says that these powerful bursts of radiation are nothing to worry about from a health perspective. Harmful radiation from a flare cannot pass through Earth's atmosphere to physically affect humans on the ground, the space agency said in a statement today. However, when intense enough, they can disturb the atmosphere in the layer where GPS and communications signals travel. People on airplanes flying at high altitudes over the poles might be at increased risk for some of this radiation, Gary continues, and he says that occasionally, flight routes are changed during periods of unusual solar activity to protect against this. But for anyone on the ground, he says, there's not much to worry about. In addition to a large dose of radiation, however, solar flares also cause fluctuations in magnetic fields, which can reach the Earth's surface. These take a couple of days to get here, but when they arrive they can interact with our magnetosphere, says Gary. That can induce currents in our power lines, and when that happens, transformers can blow or power outages can occur. GPS and traffic light outages could make for risky driving, for example, or hospitals could theoretically lose access to health data. Be alert. The largest solar flare in 12 years was just recorded.